going to give it says that I'm live, but it still says live video. Okay. Hello, hello. I'm gonna give it just a little bit. To see if people hop on. I'm a minute early, but I only wanted to do that so they could approve it. Say hi when you hop on. I want to make sure I'm in the right group. I'm pretty sure I am. Should be in Scented Bliss. Now that I got some viewers, I'm hoping that that means that they have approved it. So say hi when you guys jump on, please. So that if not... Okay. Hey! So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, awesome. So I just wanted to give it a second and hopped on a little bit early so that they could approve and get me through so that I could start going live. Bear with me, I'm a wiggle worm. And I'm halfway nervous. I don't know why. And I'm going to take these off to take off the glare. So, my name is Ashley Story, and I am a superstar consultant. I've been with Scentsy since May of 2016. And I am going to go over events. I don't want to say the whole time. So ever since I've started, I've kind of started out doing events. I joined in May, and my first event was in October. And I have pretty much kind of been doing events ever since then, except for during the pandemic, I really didn't do any. So I'm just going to go over some of the stuff. I have some notes here. Some of the stuff that I do. So prepping for an event, the first thing I'm going to say is not always necessarily, but inventory. I have always personally had some kind of inventory. I have learned that people do like to walk away with product, but that is not always the case. I recently have learned from the last couple of events that I've did that people have placed orders, and I'm not used to that. And people are fine with placing orders and coming and picking them up, whether I really know them or not. And I offer, putting it in on my bulk order and placing it with everybody else. So inventory and how you can build a decent inventory. Couple things is shopping flash sales. If you have a little bit of extra and you can buy a few little things on a deal, grab them. And then if not, free and half offs. Those things are your best friend. If you don't personally need anything, grab something for your inventory. And I recommend having a variety, having a little bit of everything. And also, if you're new starting out and you're scared to buy inventory, buy stuff that you personally will use, so that if you take it to an event but you personally are going to need that, if you don't sell it or want to use it, you have it. Okay, so that's kind of my tips on inventory. The next thing I'm going to talk about is prepping handouts. I did not get this foldy deal I got it from somebody else on the group, but it's a product sheet, just fold it up and it creates a pocket. And then I did a really large holiday market back in November. I got in kind of last minute, and it was a very awesome event for me, and I was super excited. But what I did is I folded up a bunch of these, made sure my information was on there. I put in a flyer for that month, and then I created just a little image, kind of giving some personal information, and then what is Scentsy. Because, people may just walk by and say, hey, can I have some information? So I had these readily available, and then, of course, my business card. These are a little bit older, but I do the punch card from Vista. I think this was maybe before Vista. I can't remember. So I have all of this ready. So whether it's ready for checkout or handing out for somebody to take information, it's ready to give. So prepping that, handout information, and it doesn't cost much to put this together. And then the other thing that I prep for events is cotton ball packs. I just take a little, I think this is like a 3x4 bag, put 6 cotton balls in there. Sorry, it's kind of glary. Put 6 cotton balls in there with a little saying with, how to use them. And that's what I prep for my events. And I give those out at my events to every customer that places or purchases something, wax, whatever, and I let them know about this this tip, and a lot of people love it. So that's 2 things that I prep. I'm trying to kind of go fast, so I only have 10 minutes. The next thing that I'm going to cover is your setup. Make sure that you have tablecloths, tables. My husband personally built me a little display. The last event that I did, I got the dog steps. I think people were finding those at CVS or Walgreens, but I wasn't able to find them there. I found them at Camping World, so you guys can refer to that and just watch for them to be on sale. And then I also, this wire rack that's in the back, I didn't personally take this one, but I bought one from Home Depot for like $100, and I put some long electrical plugs attached to it and plugged in warmers, and I'll post pictures of my last event in there. But make sure you have a good setup. Warmers are on, diffusers are on if you have the power. So if you have power, make sure you ask for power if you're doing an event. Try to get portable power. I have power packs that I take with me if I'm going to be outside and I'm not going to have power. Make sure you allot time beforehand to set up and for breaking down. And like I said, make sure you're opening some warmers. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you think you have time for, open them up. People like to see them. If they are in boxes, I don't think that they sell as well as them being open. Now, I have done events where I have some open and some not, and you can do that. That's totally fine. Hey, we have these open, but I can open these over there as well. So, and then one thing that I learned from this last event, personal experience, diffusers. I have always struggled with personally selling diffusers. I've had them on. I've just never put water in them. And I actually did sell a few at my last event. Make sure they're on. If you can, turn them on and have water in them. People seeing it catches their eyes. And I learned that tip from Stephanie Brimer. So yeah. And then the last thing about your setup and display, make sure there's room to move around. Because if you don't have room to move around, or you're struggling to get boxes or anything like that, then it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a turn off for customers, but if you're having to ask them to move them, they might get turned off by that. And then lastly, if you are doing a large event, make sure you line up help. The last event that I did, it was a really large event. It was a 3-day event, first one I've ever did for that long, and my husband helped me, and then my best friend and her husband also helped me as well. So there was 4 of us total, and I feel like that helped the line go a lot smoother, with people checking out, or us 2 girls helping and the guys were checking out. We taught them how to use Square and everything like that. Alright, so I have 3 minutes left. Checkout. Checking out, make sure you try to go as smoothly as possible. If you use Square, which I do, I have pre-set up some, like a 6-pack warmers at certain prices so that it's easy to go through and check those people out. Make sure you have bags. I would highly recommend getting, this is Square. So this is the little piece that goes into your phone and you swipe. My last event, I personally purchased the one that you can't see it, you can tap, and this made the line go by so quick. So you can do tap or chip insert, and then I bought the base just for easy setup. It sits on there. I think that's everything. Check out bags. I put my little cotton balls in there. And then the last thing I will say about events, not every event is going to be sales. Don't look at every event as sales. Look at it as engaging with customers, talking to them, growing that communication, or having communication between you two, and like building a relationship. Because from an event, you may not do, say, $50 or $100 at an event, but if you gained a consistent customer that comes back to you and keeps ordering from you, that's sales over time. So don't look at an event just as sales. Look at it as a growth mindset of trying to build your business as well. So keep that in mind. I think that's all that I have, but I will post some pictures of my, like I said, my last setup, my portable power that I have. I think Mike and Katrina probably have something that's a lot lighter than mine. I have some with like the jumper cables for your car, so it kind of multi-purpose type thing. So yeah, I think that's everything. I hope that this helps. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out. But thank you guys.